Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, Empress. This is Embody Your Empress, and I'm your host, Sarah King. This is the show for you. If you're looking for some inspiration, if you're looking to step into your Empress energy, girl, we have got you covered here. Now, as the host, I've been interviewing a lot of amazing, amazing women lately, and my book, Many Hearts, came out and I haven't even shared it with you guys yet. So I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to share a little bit about the book, what's in it, and the story of how it all came to be. You know, I share a lot that in the last few years, I have been mostly a single woman out there in the world. And that has led me on this journey of delving into dating coaching and relationship coaching and underpinning all of the outside relationships. Spoiler alert, I'm just going to tell you straight up, it's the relationship with ourselves that is the most important relationship you could ever have, and the one that you will always want to nourish and nurture and put forward first in order for all of the other relationships in our lives to really thrive. You'll notice, like, if you are going through a heartbreak and you're feeling so down, you're in the mud, as I like to say, because it's literally how you feel. You feel like you're stuck in the mud. When you have that energy, which is a grief, when we put it really simply, it's a grieving process, whether that be a relationship that has been short, long, a relationship that may have not even formed in an actual manner, but we have future tripped to where it could go and the potential of it, which we are so good at doing. And when it doesn't eventuate like that, or things change, or life dissolves it, we go through a grieving process because in our minds, that's not how it played out. And our mind has taken our body there, and we have suddenly had a shift in that perspective, and we have to realign with the present moment, with what's actually happening now, and be true to ourselves and always reminding ourselves, what is it serving us for? Like, is it actually for our good? Because often we get caught in that comfort zone of going, yeah, it's not the perfect relationship. There's all these things that go wrong. I'm not feeling great about this, but it's easier just to stay, or it's easier to put up with that, or it's easier just to overcompensate. And my people pleasing tendencies make it okay and we'll get by. But underneath it all, I know there's something that's not quite right. Because, girl, if you're having those 2 a.m., 3 a.m. wake up calls where you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't stop thinking about that person, that situation, then there is something that's not serving you. There's something your intuition is trying to tell you. And often when we have these relationships, they are holding up a mirror for us to deep dive into our own inner work. And that is the blessing that we can get from scenarios that really we could take and run the opposite direction in. But if we look at them as the learning tools that the universe is providing us with, and that we have so much that we can gain from going through experiences that can be really fucking shitty. They really can. They can have you on your knees crying in a bucket of tears at times. And if we can take those learning points out, and if we can grow as a person, if we can find out where our boundaries are and actually put clear boundaries in place and solidify them, if we can find where our personal values are, if they are still aligned with where they once were, or if we weren't even clear on them in the first place, if we can go, hey, that behavior is not for me. And if we can walk away from those situations with grace and ease and respect, then we grow as a person, and that's what really matters. At the end of the day, like I said before, the relationship with you is the most important. And it's really interesting. The woman that I work with, the woman that I talk to a lot, and myself. I have to say, I am definitely in that boat, and I really go into it in the book as well, that I was entering into relationships from a place that I didn't have any self-love, or I had very low self-love, and I didn't know how to grow that self-love into something that was walking with me every day. And that's when Empress Nation began to really take form, because I knew that energy was in there within me. And that is the Empress energy, that self-love, that self-worth that guides you throughout the day. That is there with you when you're making aligned decisions, or taking aligned action, when you are choosing who you surround yourself with, because that is so important. And we look a lot in the book. You know, you laugh at some of my stories. Like, I have had the most interesting dating experiences, all from when I've walked up to meet someone, and as soon as they opened their mouth, just the sound of their voice gave me so much ick in my stomach, and my body was going, oh, Sarah, don't even waste your time. And I wasted about 15 minutes of the quickest dinner and walk ever, and then made my polite excuses, because I knew this person had nothing for me. I was going to be nothing for them. It was not going to eventuate into anything. And that was my lesson in really feeling my gut instinct when it is telling me something, and trusting it. So I could have saved myself another 45 minutes had I just turned around and walked out. However, the people pleaser in me was like, no, Sarah, you can't do that. That would be so rude, and made me stay. And at least we nearly got to the hour mark. So yeah, so there's plenty of stories like that within the book, where you can go, yeah, I've been there too, Sarah. I know exactly what you were feeling, what you were thinking. Have a laugh, have a cry with me. But also we delve into those lessons behind the funny story. What can we learn out of it? How can we be better? What can we reflect with? Yeah, it took me so many years to be able to have a relationship end and not ask myself, what is wrong with me? And that is a really important, a really, really important place to hit home, because as so many of us go, what's wrong with me? If only I had done better, if only I had done this, if only I changed myself to fit that person. When in reality, nothing you could do could have changed anything, and they just weren't the person for you. And that is so okay, because you can look at someone and they can come into your life and go, they're actually not the person for me either. What I will not accept, though, is someone telling me I am too much. I might be too much for them, but as a person, I am never too much. I am very spiritual. I'm very out there ideas when it comes to things like that. And if that scares you, that's okay, because out there, my perfect person, they won't be scared by the things that I trust and believe in. So, back to the book. There are some huge self-love discoveries on here. It is full of the practices that help you get deeper into your self-love and your self-worth journey, so that you are going out there into the dating world, evolving as that best version of you. And when you are dating, you're dating for the fun of it. We're not putting on too much expectations, but when you do, you are so clear in yourself and what you want out of the situation, whether it be something for the night or something long term. That is all up to you. We also go into the other people and their characteristics and how we can navigate that. And it's funny, because I've had people that are in relationships read this, and they can see their partners in some things, and it's actually brought up some really important discussion points for them that they can work on together and evolve as a couple together. Some really beautiful, beautiful moments, both for the singles, the people in the dating world, the people in relationships. There are so many great stories. I can't wait to hear what you think about Many Hearts, a spiritual woman's guide to self-love and healthy, healed dating. I loved writing this book because, do you know what? This is a bit of a secret, but I didn't actually intend on making a book. I didn't sit down and go, I'm going to write a book. What's it going to be about? And start from there. I just started writing as my therapy because I was going through a breakup transition that had me in my bed, not wanting to get out. And I just knew I had to do something different. So I'm just going to start writing. I'm going to write it all out there. And I just started writing. And I started forming the practices that I did to pull me out of that mud, to shift my perspective, asking myself the questions that are in the book that allowed me to crack open my heart and let some light in and really decide what I wanted. What did I want in my life? What was I going to accept anymore from other people? And what was I calling in? And I got really clear on my own personal values, first and foremost. And that is so important because the values I had need to be reflected in the people that I have around my life as well. If you're going to be in around my inner sanctuary, you need to align with those. And not to say that they're inflexible and they cannot change. They definitely do change. But I need a clear understanding of that first. I can't be up here at a 10 and you're vibing down at a 1 and expect that there's going to be cohesion in those values. Really important things that even when you talk about with someone, they have to show you they walk the walk as well. They have to do their actions that align with that. And I think that's where the fun of getting to know someone is. And when you are clear on what values you have, you can see it very clearly in others. So the beautiful practices in here, they're so much fun to do. They really are. They are the most amazing tools that you get to put your own spin on and you get to come back to at any point, whether you are single, dating, or in a relationship. There are practices here that you can always call out. And I am so excited when you get the book and you read it through. I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, which practices you align with the most. Jump on, send me an email, leave me a comment, go onto the social pages and share it and tag me in it with Empress Nation, because my Empress, you are going to be flowing with your Empress energy. You're going to have that crown on and you're going to look at your self-love and your dating life or your relationships in a whole new way. Much love, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Embody Your Empress. You can grab your copy of Many Hearts, A Spiritual Woman's Guide to Self-Love and Healthy Healed Dating at Amazon or over on my website, www.empressnation.au. And I look forward to hearing all your feedback about it. Have a magical day, my loves.